Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Wednesday, September 11th, 9 p.m. Mountain Time, 2024. Hurricane Francine made landfall in Louisiana as a Cat2 hurricane, as predicted. The problem now is power outages. 250,000 people without power, and that number has doubled in just the last hour. Keep calm. It's boom time. The second big story tonight is wildfires in Southern California, torching dozens of homes and forcing thousands to evacuate.
On the airport fire, the change in weather overnight slowed the fire's growth and empowered the ground and air forces to significantly improve the fire lines, including ones that will protect the communities in the event of any wind changes. The acreage now stands at 22,376 acres, meaning we held the fire to minimal perimeter growth last night through today, and our firefighters are working around the clock to not only uphold that trend, but hopefully begin containment in the next few days.
We've got multiple injuries reported, but no deaths, thankfully, and there is lots of coverage of what's happened over the last 48 hours.
Yeah, we're talking about the airport fire. It's destroyed a number of homes and forced evacuations. Mario Ramirez live there with the very latest on this. Mario, good morning.
Good morning, Bob Brooke. It's unclear exactly how many, but as you mentioned, we do know the airport fire has now damaged properties, and we're near one of those road closures just up above us. You can see the flames burning through the brush along the mountain ridge to the south of Lake Elsinore, where evacuation orders have been expanded. Now, the airport fire, we want to show you some video here. You can see the latest activity. It reportedly accidentally sparked this week by heavy equipment in Trabuco Canyon in Orange County, growing to more than 22,000 acres overnight, threatening communications equipment on Santiago Peak, shutting down roads, including parts of Ortega Highway, and adding mandatory evacuations. It continues to spread with the southeastern fronts, showing the most growth, and it made several significant runs at Santiago Peak and crossing Ortega Highway, actively coming up on structures in the area.
Can you believe this woman?
We can tell you that yesterday afternoon, authorities expanded mandatory evacuation orders to include homes in Riverside County as that fast-moving fire began to creep towards Lake Elsinore. Residents watching in disbelief, waiting for more fire activity to see exactly what it does.
It's just scary, you know. It jumped from one side to the other side, and it's scary because we have to evacuate now. So, it's scary. And it's heartbreaking because there's people's houses up there too. So it's sad.
It's really intense, just how many lives are being affected by it, and I just really hope that there's a good result out of everything. This is awful. This is horrible. The air is horrible.
Again, officials say several homes were destroyed by the flames, forcing thousands to remain under evacuation orders, and authorities have ordered most residents at the base of the Santa Ana mountain range on the Lake Elsinore side to now evacuate, and that includes homes near Albert Hill, Lakeland Village, Tanaja, and Temescal Valley. Coming back out here live, this closure at Grand and Ortega Highway being enforced this morning. As for the conditions, much cooler temperatures this morning and very light winds, and hopefully that works in favor for all of these crews, nearly 1,000 battling the airport fire here. For now, live, I'm Mario Ramirez. We'll send it back.
And more footage now from USA Today.
Fires to the south of us. This is my school campus. Looking at it, it's scary.
You can see the rapid development of the fires here on the aerials. Let's go back there. Yeah, that's just over the last 48 hours. Massive plumes of smoke now being reported, as well as the loss of several homes. The California governor declared a state of emergency for San Bernardino County as the fires continue to blow. The smaller bridge fire, meanwhile, what did they say there? Grew between Monday and Tuesday, unfortunately. Dramatic footage shows the fast-moving airport fire destroying a weather monitoring station in a matter of seconds there. Holy macaroni. Residents in parts of Orange and Riverside counties are ordered to evacuate as fires are spreading. And thank God to the hundreds of firefighters on the ground with support. And we just heard a report that there are, in fact, thousands of them, which is good news. A quick look at the smoke situation here. You can see those Southern California fires now feeding a big smoke plume here in the Southwest. The good news is that much of New Mexico is not affected, and our region as well. We are actually in a smoke haze today, but we have a controlled burn here to the west, so that's contributing to our haze. The good news is that Crestone will be clear for the event all weekend. The bad news is that the major smoke up in Canada and the northern U.S. is coming from the northwest of the U.S. and not these Cali fires. The Cali fires are just a small plume of smoke, where you can see the Pacific Northwest fires are making a huge plume covering most of southern Canada. Now, the big story today, other than the wildfires, is Hurricane Francine making landfall in Louisiana as we speak. We just passed the peak of the storm, so the last several hours have been quite hectic for those on the Gulf Coast of Louisiana as Hurricane Francine made landfall as Cat2 and is now moving through Louisiana with damaging gusts and heavy rain and storm surge. Let's take a look. In some regions, conditions switched so rapidly, winds went from 0 miles per hour to 100 miles per hour in a matter of 2 minutes. That's how severe and rapid this hurricane made landfall in the region. Take a look at that. Apparently there's a truck overturned here.
In addition to Francine, there's actually
So we've got a lot to talk about tonight as we move through. Francine was Cat2 with sustained winds at 100 miles per hour in the last advisory. Current advisory showing, let's refresh this, maximum sustained winds at 85 miles per hour. Still Cat1 and now onshore in Louisiana. The key message is danger of life-threatening storm surge through tonight for Louisiana. Isn't it interesting how most of these hurricanes threaten the folks in the middle of the night as that storm surge deluges communities? The storm surge warning is in effect. Residents in the warning area should continue to follow advice given by local officials. But by this point, it's too late, and many people are now stranded. Damaging and life-threatening hurricane-force winds are expected in portions of southern Louisiana this evening and tonight, where a hurricane warning is in effect. Ensure you are in a safe location before the onset of strong winds or possible flooding, but as of this moment, that's too late. Francine is expected to bring heavy rainfall and risk of considerable flash and urban flooding, along with river flooding across southeastern Louisiana, Mississippi, and far southern Alabama and the Florida Panhandle through Thursday night. Flash and urban flooding is probable across the lower Tennessee Valley and lower Mississippi Valley into Friday morning, but we're keeping a close eye on the peak storm surge and the subsequent flooding that could happen in New Orleans in the coming days. So keep a close eye on Lake Pontchartrain. Storm surge expected 4 to 6 feet. And Lake Marupas, 3 to 5 foot surge. Will the levees break? Well, that is for Led Zeppelin to know. The big story is the power outages. When we started the show, it was at 176,000. Now at 250,000. Let's refresh it. It's just been 20 minutes. Yeah, we're well over 250,000, 261,000 now without power in Louisiana. This should get to 500,000 by midnight. So I hope you have backup power. Now, hurricane season is heating up. Yesterday was the peak of the season, and now forecasters are watching a bunch of brewing storms. Take a look at this. Disturbance number 2, disturbance number 1, and we've got Tropical Depression 7. Say it ain't so, but it is. This is the weakest hurricane season in years, and it's not expected that any of these 3 other disturbances will even be named. It's insane. Did you know that Michael Mann predicted 33 named storms for this season? Well, he's just off by 25. But his hockey shtick remains. Here's the full forecast. Hurricane Francine makes landfall on southern Louisiana as a Cat2 hurricane. Life-threatening storm surge, considerable flash flooding and urban flooding. Hurricane-force winds and tornadoes are expected along Louisiana, Mississippi, and portions of Alabama through the morning. Francine will continue to track across west central Mississippi into the Mid-South Thursday and Friday. I hope and pray you are all safe. Quick look at the GFS model shows Francine making landfall and moving inland there up through, say it ain't so, Mississippi and straight up into nowhere. It's going to rapidly disperse and very little activity up to the north. People in Tennessee and Kentucky were worried. I think that western Tennessee could see some flooding. Kentucky, much less. Much needed rain there. The dry soil is locked, so most of this will fall across the land. Record-breaking snow for the Alps. Have you heard? Zululanders see surprise spring flakes as well as Mount Washington registers the early first measurable snow ever. How do you like them apples? Apparently, we're all burning up and it's the hottest world ever, but record cold and record snow is being broken all across North America. What is going on? What say you? Well, there is in fact record-breaking snow for the Alps. Winter in Europe is arriving early with significant lows and record-breaking snows forecast for the mountain ranges. Mateo, France is expecting as much as 70 centimeters, which is 3 feet on the highest peaks of the Alps this week, with the French Pyrenees also forecast a heavy blanketing. Already early accumulations have swept Europe's peaks, adding to the falls of last week, with France, Austria, and Italy all hit. Take a look. We're not making it up. It's actually snow, ho, 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 in the summer, and not a bummer. In the Swiss Alps, regions like Simplon and Valle Maggia are forecast another foot, with the Italian Alps expected similar totals across regions such as the Aosta Valley, Valtellina, and areas near the Swiss border like Risa Pass. Buckle up, Buttercup. El Nino is the new protocol. Or is it La Nina? Yes, we are in the La Nina winter. Seismic update. No quakes of note. Big boomer today. 6.3 in Papua New Guinea at a surface depth 10 kilometers. Yeah, no one felt this, baby. Well, and if they did, it doesn't matter. That's an insignificant boom for this region. Has to be above 7 magnitude typically to create any problems. We've got normal activity in the U.S., a 3 magnitude in Stanley, Ohio, a 3.5 in Hyco, Nevada, and that is just the normal works. Overall, low-level activity worldwide. We've got a 5.4 in Pakistan that is certainly crumbling some mud huts. Worldwide volcano news list today is extensive, starting with Ibu to 9,000 feet, Fuego to 15,000, Swanosima puffing and passing, Semaru, who knew, now you do, 14,000 foot puff today, White Island, a clear streamer of smoke and ash with a 4,000 foot puff there, Sabancaya to 24,000 feet, Liwatobi, 9,000 foot puff, a rare cloud-free satellite image of the volcano at Ruang in the Sulawesi islands of Indonesia shows significant changes to the entire island, which was once green is now completely dead and covered with volcanic ash, except a few regions here in the east and the north, and maybe the southwest here, but not really. The entire volcanic island has been decimated as the crater has increased substantially. White Island puffing again with low-level eruptions to 3,000. Sabancay to 23,000. Manam, a new volcano on the list right here, a 17,000-foot puff today. Quite significant, coming from nowhere. Karimsky, 9,000-foot puff. Reventador, 17. Fuego to 15. White Island to 3 again. 3 events in one day for White Island. Sabancay to 24,000 feet. Karimsky, 9,000-foot puff. Ibu, who knew? Now you do. 9,000-foot puff there. Abeko, puffing to 10,000 today. Karimsky, explosive activity continuing, and that is, nope, not going to wrap it up. Fuego to 15. Ducono to 9. Reventador, 16,000-foot puff, and on as we enter the 12th of September with Liwatobi kicking off the list with a 9,000-foot puff. Space weather got spicy. We just had an M50 solar flare, and the 3-day geomagnetic forecast is calling for, well, a solar storm on September 13th. KP has been low, below 3 for the last 2 days. So NASA and NOAA and all the space weather predictors are way off the mark, except us. Because if you watched the show 3 days ago, we told you that they were full of, well, you know what they're full of. Yeah, we said that this would not develop into a geomagnetic storm, and it hasn't. How do you like them apples? But an active region hiding behind the East Limb is crackling. Earlier today with C-class and lower M flares, and we still don't know where this M5 class flare came from. But by tomorrow, check the updates. We will know what this is doing. And it's my guess that it came from this active region on the East Limb and is not headed towards Earth. Here we are on the GOES X-ray flux, and you can see that maximum peak just moments ago at M 5.0. Ho, ho, ho. This is a moderate duration, not an impulsive flare. It is a moderate duration flare that if it did produce a CME Earth-facing, we could see some fireworks. So stay tuned for the updates coming tomorrow. Did you know a 650-foot mega tsunami in Greenland occurred last year, and it sends seismic waves worldwide? In September 2023, a mega tsunami in Greenland triggered seismic waves worldwide, caused by a landslide in Dixon Fjord. The event generated 2 seismic signals, a high-energy signal from the landslide and a long-lasting VLP signal from a siege in the fjord. Now, a siege is when the water is sloshing back and forth in a big body of water, like a Great Lake or a fjord, where it pushes up on one shore and then, because of the force, washes back to the other shore. So the biggest effects of a siege is from shore to shore. It's like a sloshing. The findings offer new insights into the risks posed by, man-made climate change and landslides in Greenland. I can assure you that this assessment has nothing to do with man-made climate change and everything to do with landslides in Greenland. All the links will be below. The live stream for the Crestone Energy Fair has just been posted. Please come over there, give them a thumbs up. Subscribe to Crestone Energy Fair, the channel, and watch the entire event live all weekend. Lee and I will be there with Alien Allen and many others. And there are dozens of speakers, hundreds of vendors, and it's just a fantastic weekend all around. So check it out. Also, check out our affiliate, the Alliance of Native Seed Keepers, Native American owned, and they're getting their first storefront, and they're selling out all their seeds for just $1 a pack. And they are moving quickly. Just 46 vegetables in stock at $1 a pack. You can get popcorn. You can get cayenne pepper. You can get glass gem corn. This is amazing corn. It has a sweet corn phase and a dent corn phase. Go get it. Cucumber, Armenian, 3-foot long cucumbers. Go get them. Tons of eggplants in stock. Stowell's evergreen. We've got hot pepper, jalapeno, mustard seed, more eggplants, tons of tomatoes, cayennes, even dandelion, just $1 a pack. National pickling cucumber, only 4 left. Go get it. Probably be gone after the show. Kohlrabi seeds. Kohlrabi is awesome. It is a tender broccoli tasting vegetable that's easy to grow. And, well, it's almost out, so go get it. And thanks to all the 32 people that went and got their seeds saved and picked. Also, we just posted the Mark Morano interview up on our Rumble channel. So go watch that if you haven't, about the Great Reset, the green fraud, and all of the climate garbage happening at the policy level in government. We'll see you all at the Crestone Energy Fair in just a few days. Please subscribe to Crestone Energy Fair YouTube channel. Let's get them to 1,000 subscribers tonight, even if you don't care. They need this so they can monetize. So let's get 139 of you to subscribe to the Crestone Energy Fair YouTube channel and get them monetized so they can gain a little extra money for the free event that's been happening for 35 years. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please share the channel. Leah and I are prepping. We've been prepping for now 5 days, and it's crunch time. I've got to pack all the goods tomorrow, clean the truck, get everything ready, make sure the fluids are good. We're traveling over 150 miles to Crestone over the Continental Divide for one of the most amazing events we've now been involved with for a decade. So please, if you want to meet Leah and Diamond, Alien Allen, and others, come to the Crestone Energy Fair in the San Luis Valley. It's a free event. If you got an RV, you can stay for free. And we'll see you all in just a couple of days. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please share this video. We are shadow banned. We need your help to grow. Become a Patreon. Support the work we do. Watch all of our podcasts in one place, commercial free, for as little as $1 a month. And be safe. We love you. Shit's getting real. Weird.